Okay. Good morning. I'm here at Reed's and I'm with my friend Ginger the giraffe, and we are all masked up, but I'm going to take my mask off so I can read to you this morning. My name is Maddie, and I'm so excited to share some awesome books with you this morning. Maybe you've heard me read before. I read books at the library. Maybe I came to your school or your daycare to read books. And if not, we're going to have so much fun this morning, so let's get started. The first book I picked is Octopants by Susie Sr., illustrated by Claire Powell. Octopants. I want to show you the really nice artwork on the cover pages. Octopants. Hello there. I'm an octopus. There's something you should know. I don't have any underpants. I have nothing on below. I tried to buy some Octopants. I tried all over town, but everyone just laughed and laughed or answered with a frown. Underpants for you, they said? Oh no, we don't have any. The problem seems to be your legs. You just have 6 too many. Did you know that octopus has 8 legs? I guess that's why it's so hard for him to find clothes. I even tried to shop online. I tried to surf the net. I found a cod, 3 tuna, and my credit card got wet. I still could not find Octopants. It almost made me cry. Everyone has underpants except for octopi. Look at all the different kinds of fish and sea creatures. I love the illustrations in this book. They're very colorful and fun. But then one day I found a place I hadn't seen before. A seahorse hovered just inside the huge revolving door. Good morning, can I help you, sir? Why don't you step inside? My undersea emporium is famous ocean-wide, said the seahorse. I have bobble hats for barnacles and evening wear for eels, onesies just for urchins, and slipper socks for seals. Jewelry for jellyfish, water wings for whales, and rainbow paint for rainbow trout to brighten up their scales. Yes, I have clothes for everyone, with spots and stripes and rockets, pirate ships and sparkly bits, and lots of handy pockets. Gotta have pockets. Now, underwear for you, sir? I think you've been misled. Perhaps you don't need Octopants, but something else instead. And then I saw the problem. I looked at this all wrong. These legs weren't legs, these legs were arms, and had been all along. So what type of clothes do you think the octopus is going to get? Hello there, I'm an octopus, and now my day is better. Instead of buying underpants, I bought an octo sweater. That's funny. See, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 arms. And then the fish go swimming away with their shopping bags. That's so cute. I hope you enjoyed that book. I really did. The next book is Augustus and His Smile by Catherine Rayner. I like this book a lot. It's very simple. It doesn't have lots of words, but the pictures are so beautiful. Augustus and His Smile. Augustus the tiger was sad. He had lost his smile. So he did a huge tigery stretch and set off to find it. First, he crept under a cluster of bushes. He found a small, shiny beetle, but he couldn't see his smile. Then he climbed to the tops of the tallest trees. He found birds that chirped and called, but he couldn't find his smile. Do you ever feel really sad, like nothing can cheer you up? Let's see how Augustus deals with that. Further and further Augustus searched. He scaled the crests of the highest mountains where the snow clouds swirled, making frost patterns in the freezing air. He swam to the bottom of the deepest ocean and splished and splashed with shoals of tiny, shiny fish. He pranced and paraded through the largest desert, making shadow shapes in the sun. Augustus padded further and further through shifting sand until pitter patter, drip, drop, plop. What happened? Augustus danced and raced as raindrops bounced and flew. It's raining, just like it is today. He splashed through puddles, bigger and deeper. He raced towards a huge silver blue puddle and saw, what do you think he saw? There, under his nose, his smile. Who likes to jump in rain puddles? Do you like to jump in rain puddles? I think that made Augustus really happy. And Augustus realized that his smile would be there whenever he was happy. He only had to swim with the fish, or dance in the puddles, or climb the mountains and look at the world, for happiness was everywhere around him. Augustus was so pleased that he hopped and skipped and jumped away smiling. I really like that book because it's got a great message that sometimes we just have to learn that we can make ourselves happy and just enjoy the little things, like jumping in rain puddles. I think I'm gonna go jump in a puddle later. Next book should be a favorite. I love Pete the Cat, and I hope you do too. This book is Pete the Cat and His 4 Groovy Buttons. And if you know Pete the Cat books, then you know that I'm gonna need your help. They have repetition, which means that they say the same thing over and over again. So we're going to learn a little song about Pete's buttons. And maybe you'll catch on and you can sing it with me. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much he sang this song. Listen so you can sing along. My buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop! Oh no. One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1, 2, 3. Did you get 3? 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. 3 buttons. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no. Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1. Did you get 1? 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Pop! Oh no. The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Does he have any buttons left? 0. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? His belly button. And he kept on singing his song. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. The end. You have time for one more book?
I do.
All right, so I've got one more, and I'm really excited to share this book with you because it is by one of my favorite authors. And something that I get to do here in Tupelo that's really cool is work with cooking as a first language. And we're an organization that breaks down barriers and builds up walls over community. And what that means is we try to connect with as many different people in our community as we can. And we learn from them by cooking food together and sharing their culture and sharing it with others. And we've been able to do that with people all over the world since our world is a little bit different right now, thanks to technology. So I really like this book. Like I said, Matt De La Pena is one of my favorite authors. The illustrations by Lauren Long are so beautiful, and it's got a really great message, and I like it because it shows lots of different people and lots of different families and different types of love. So let's read it together. It's called Love by Matt De La Pena. In the beginning, there is light, and two wide-eyed figures standing near the foot of your bed, and the sound of their voices is love. A cab driver plays love softly on his radio, while you bounce in the back with the bumps of the city, and everything smells new, and it smells like life. Love, too, is the smell of crashing waves and a train whistling blindly in the distance. And each night, the sky above your trailer turns the color of love. In a crowded concrete park, you toddle towards summer sprinklers while older kids skip rope and run up the slide. And soon, you are running among them, and the echo of your laughter is love. On the night the fire alarm blares, you're pulled from sleep and whisked into the street, where a quiet old lady is pointing to the sky. Stars shine long after they flamed out, she tells you, and the shine they shine with is love. But it's not only stars that flame out, you discover. It's summers, too. And friendships, and people. One day you find your family nervously huddled around the TV, but when you ask what happened, they answer with silence and shift between you and the screen. That must feel really confusing. In your dream that night, you are searching for a love that seems lost. You open and close drawers, lift cushions, empty old toy bins, but there's nothing. You wake with a start in the arms of a loved one who bends to your ear and whispers, "It's okay. It's okay. It's love." Do you ever have scary dreams and somebody is there to comfort you and make you feel better? And in time, you learn to recognize a love overlooked. A love that wakes at dawn and rides to work on the bus. A slice of burned toast that tastes like love. And it's love in each deep crease of your grandfather's face as he lowers himself onto an overturned bucket to fish. And it's love in the rustling leaves of gnarled trees lined behind the flower fields. And it's love in the made-up stories your uncles tell in the backyard between wild horseshoe throws. And the man in rags outside the subway station plays love notes that lift into the sky like tiny beacons of light. And the face, staring back in the bathroom mirror, this too is love. So when the time comes for you to set off on your own, heavy winds will sweep past your building and great gray clouds will congregate above. Your loved ones will stand there like puddles beneath their umbrellas, holding you tight and kissing you and wishing you luck. But it won't be luck you'll leave with, because you'll have love. You'll have love, love, love. The end. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to stories and reading with me this morning. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.